Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm Davey Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human fighter from an asteroid close to Brow.
Hi, I'm Dakami-sama, and I play Solas ab Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Brawl.
Hello, everyone. I am Salem Motor. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grayspace.
Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage.
Hey there, I'm Zach and I play the character of Lafdul Moonglade, a specialty priest thief from Realm Space. His gimmick is coming up with fun titles, and his current title is Ardent Clandestine Fratricidal Bystander, because he was having an out-of-body experience last week. I wasn't there.
Amusingly enough, we ended the last session on a cliffhanger, and there were some jokes about, so we all have to come back next week, and then we didn't come back next week. It happens. It was just an amusing coincidence. Anyway,
Finn, one of these days you're going to have to take us to Grayspace so we can find copperwood trees.
You might end up in Grayspace at some point. Who knows?
It was the biggest joke that we didn't come back last week.
All right, so the cliffhanger that we left off on was Leva, Braxon, and Lafdul, Leva in a polymorphed form, were paying a visit to the Star Selkie's Delight Tavern. And as they entered...
Sounds like a brothel.
I mean, you don't know everything that they offer. As he entered, they did notice, the group did notice a mixed group of humans and minotaurs drinking and talking away in a corner. And Lafdul had nudged Braxon to indicate that he recognized the taller minotaur in the group.
No, that's just my tetanus.
Oh yeah, the big bad guy's pet minotaur.
So, how do you guys want to handle this now?
We kill him.
All right, roll for initiative.
I don't think we want to kill him. I think Lafdul has to pick his pocket.
How drunk is Leva?
Not enough.
I don't actually recall.
You had some grog. I was skimming the last episode because
it was only grog.
And that's probably vile.
Yeah, if it was only grog, then it was you're not drunk.
Okay.
So, there was also on the opposite end of the opposite side of the tavern, there is a dwarf singing dwarven drinking songs translated into common.
Yeah, I think Braxon would nudge Olivia if she's on the other side of him. Where is Leva?
Yeah, yes.
Where's Leva?
On the same table.
Well, no, you're not sitting down at a table. You literally just walked in.
Oh,
Right.
so we're standing side by side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're nudging me. Yeah. Oh, ow. Yes. What is it?
Braxon will point towards Lafdul.
Point towards me.
And say, what's wrong with Lafdul? Lafdul, is something wrong with you?
Oh.
Braxon will out. Let's see how quietly Braxon can whisper. It would appear we may have a friend here.
Did I have Cast Grace cast on me? I don't think I did.
I don't believe so.
Right. Maybe we should head over to another part of the bar. And what sort of shape? Is there a place in the bar where we can go where we're not right in the face of the Minotaur, but we can keep an eye on him?
I mean, you could go towards the section of the. You mean the actual bar, where the bartender is, or do you mean the
Well, the whole
tavern
place.
chamber?
Sorry, the tavern. Sorry, the
Okay.
tavern.
Yeah. So he's basically in the corner as far as possible from the dwarf singing the dwarven drinking songs. You can't. It's impossible to say at this point because you've literally just walked in, as
Yeah.
to what the reason for sitting so far away. But it could be anything from just not liking that music or wanting to be as you know. So there's a reduction in ambient noise so they can have their conversation. They're definitely like they're drinking, they're having fun. It's a group of minotaurs and humans. And he is one
So
of
it's
them.
the Minotaurs that are sitting far away.
Far from the, I mean, as far as you can get in this chamber, in the common room.
Yeah.
Hang on. I've recognized Czar. How have I recognized him?
You saw him in one of the memories.
Is that the guy with the halberd?
Yeah.
Has he got a halberd on him?
He doesn't, but you recognize his clothing and his height. He's a good half-foot taller than the other minotaurs.
Hmm.
You don't actually know that this is Czar. You just recognize him from those memories.
Oh.
Ah, right. So it could theoretically be another Minotaur on the same ship. But it's probably Czar.
I think we were starting to piece together that he is actually on it with them.
I think you've realized that, yeah.
Especially with Xeroxes telling me that Czar is coming to town at, was it Black Hills?
Yes.
When I mentioned a few of Red Njord's crewmen, so he assumed that I knew all of them, so he just randomly responded with a, conveniently enough, one member that I didn't know about.
Right, I guess we want to go midway between the musicians and the Minotaurs, so we're not right on top of them.
Alright, we need to get a drink on our words. We stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Or something to eat at the very least.
Does it look like they do table service?
Yes, they do.
Can we tell? Right, okay, let's go. Let's just go sit down at a table. Yeah, go on.
Is that Czar fellow with a bunch of other Minotaurs, and they're the only Minotaurs in the room? Just him and his friends.
Again, you don't know that is Czar specifically, but that is a Minotaur specifically that you remember from your memories of the Emerald Oak Leaf crew members of the attack. He is sitting and talking. They're drinking, having fun with a group of Minotaurs and humans.
Hmm. I guess one or two of them might have had a casual glance at these new people that have entered the building.
Yeah, a couple of them definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we should.
That's why we'd sit down fairly quickly, I think.
Okay.
Has my character drank anything at the previous tavern?
Not much.
Yeah. Braxon just bought one drink.
Because if I have a second drink, that's going to start affecting my pickpockets. If I end up doing that.
I think you all had grog.
No.
I don't know if Lafdul did.
No, we didn't.
No.
You didn't?
It's just Lever.
Okay.
Lever had grog. Braxon just went for something like ale or
I think
cider or something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
it was
had an ale.
something along that.
Then
Yes.
Lafdul probably would have had.
Then again, I mean,
probably
like you
drank
could
about half of it.
you could make an order and just like nurse the drink.
Yeah, Braxon didn't really drink loads in the last place.
All right, so you find a seat. One one of the
Did
serving
we-
girls comes by to take your order.
Did we eat at the previous tavern?
Did we what at the previous tavern?
Did we eat anything?
No, we didn't.
We'll come here and get food. I asked the
Or did we?
waitress. What's the what can we get to eat around here? We're new in town.
Oh, we have a fine scaver stew. If you'd rather have something a bit more hearty, there's a bit of a roast made from some of the local wildlife.
Roast squirrel. Roast coyote.
She doesn't. I mean, like,
Yeah.
are you actually
Alright.
asking her these? She said roast of a local
Yeah.
animal, local wildlife.
It might be best not to just say we're new here. What do you suggest?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no harm in. Well, we are quite literally new. The Dockmaster knows we're new.
Yes, but we don't need to tell everybody we meet.
Well, it's too
Yeah.
late. We already have.
All right, now let's see. I'll have some stew. What about you guys?
This is one of those moments where I'm so glad I'm not there.
Oh, you're
What?
missing out on a lovely stew.
Yes. Yummy. Made with moss inside, you know, the glowing.
Can they
Scabbard.
probably
Maybe-
make the situation even worse because
Oh,
Paladin-y stuff?
hang on. Maybe it's made with that eye monster, and maybe I should save some for Solas. Get some floating eye stew. Just stand it back.
No, it's Scaversue. Scaversue sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I imagine if you did that, Solas would look up Baleful Polymorph to use on you.
He'd probably throw the bow right back up the face.
Well, you'd have a hard time because that's not a spell in second edition.
Okay, then he'd look up some kind of spell to put his Lafdul with severely.
All right, so Braxon, you are interested in the scaver stew?
Yeah.
All right.
Scaversue, please.
I assume that comes from like a hunk of bread or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always some dark bread. Either of them comes with some dark bread.
Braxon is going for the Skaver stew so that he can pre-avenge his eventual death by Skavers eating him.
Mm.
So, Leva, Lafdul, you interested in the same thing, or do you want the roast?
Yeah, I'm getting the stew.
Stew
Okay.
is fine.
All right. And what would you like to drink?
What have you got?
She rattles off basically the same sort of things that were at the last place. There's some ales. Or
If I can get a cider, I'll get a cider.
yeah, you can get a cider.
Yeah, does cider sound weaker?
It's usually weaker.
It's usually a bit weaker, yeah.
Yeah. Braxton have a cider as well.
All right, Leva.
Is she gonna have another grog?
She'll have what we're having. She tends to like the same stuff we do.
Are you ordering that
saying-
for
I'm
her?
s-
I guess they decided
I'm
for
saying,
me. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm saying it like that because I don't know if Level will say. I'm guessing. I am presuming. I'm interpreting. So I'm just gonna say she'll just have the same as us.
Last time she had grog.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I can just drink it for you.
Don't you
that's
dare.
probably- It's
All right.
my drink, damn it.
So
I don't
she
think it-
disappears
I don't-
back into the kitchen.
Sorry if I was
A question?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
An assumption on my part. I don't think Leva would appreciate having somebody taking her drink. Would she?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right. Okay. Either of you any good at reading lips or anything?
Wait, just a moment. I think Leva is.
Yeah, you are. I remember that.
Because
You have to stare at
maybe
them.
maybe I should sit on my back to them so that you could look over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Reading. Yes, Leva can read lips.
All right. I would assume that you took that into account, so you've sat down in such a way that that would be
Yeah.
usable.
All right. So Braxton's job is going to be distracting people from noticing that someone's trying to read their lips.
Is it that obvious, reading lips?
You're staring at someone.
I mean, you have to watch them.
Don't we have black sunglasses?
Yeah. So basically, Braxon will position himself so that you could look at them and make it look like you're looking at Braxon. Only you're looking over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a proficiency check for reading lips, Leva. Okay, unfortunately, given their positioning and their
Lack of
regular
practice.
drinking and their boisterousness and like everyone's moving around, gesticulating and stuff like that, and the fact that some of them are minotaurs, which you're not experienced reading minotaur lips. You really can't get much from their conversation. The only thing that you notice that you can really draw any big conclusion from is that a couple of the humans mention Herwady.
She passes that on to the others.
Did I hear anything in my listen noise? I guess it sounded Leva's doing it. Tech noise, like 45 if I do.
I think it's probably too noisy in here
No.
to do that.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's kind of like we have to broker the conversation so if we want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had sat close to them, then maybe, but you didn't specifically say that you were trying to sit at the table next to them or something like that.
No.
All right, after another few moments, the serving girl comes back out with 3 bowls of kind of a pale stew.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you two want to sit nearer?
We've already ordered food at this table now. It's
I know,
lovely,
but do you two want to sit nearer to try and hear them?
It would.
You got to tell me before the serving lady arrives.
Nah, we'll keep on trying to read their lips, and if we get too close, then we get their attention, which is not what we want.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to be
Fair enough.
inconspicuous.
Yeah, okay. I won't accidentally knock the bowls of soup on the table then.
Is anyone observing us? Particularly more than normal because we're new in town.
Give me a wisdom check, please.
Particularly the dancer.
Dancer.
Because-
There's a dwarf singing on a table.
Yeah, well, I assume that he's also non-conspicuous because he's obviously performing, but he can get away with looking at people.
Are you wondering if he is watching you?
In particular, and, well, I'm doing a general glance, but he's, like, got my attention, I suppose.
He is super drunk.
Oh.
Like, you'd put pretty hard money down that this is not someone that they hired or anything like that. It's just someone who
He's
got really
volunteered.
drunk and decided that what he wants to do today is belt out some dwarven drinking songs. And he's got a bunch of friends with him who are encouraging that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the people sitting around him. You're guessing that they're friends, and they're cheering him on and everything like that. There's some people who glance your way occasionally and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem out of the ordinary. It's the kind of thing where, it's just like checking out, see what people are, who they are, that kind of thing, as opposed to, like actually watching you.
Mm-hmm.
So the serving girl comes out with a tray with 3 bowls of a pale stew, and 3 large chunks of dark bread, and 3 mugs of cider.
Okay.
And she plops them down in front of you. The cider slops over the edges of the mugs as she puts them down.
Oh, gonna stick everywhere. I hate that.
And then she says,
Probably.
that'll be 15 copper pieces, please.
Braxon will pay.
No. That, where is the bartender in relative position to the group of minotaurs and humans?
Well, the bartender's behind the bar.
Yeah, I know, but how far away are they between each other? I.e., if I go over to the bartender and make conversation, could I hear Minotaurs?
No.
It's even further, all the same.
Yeah.
distance.
So the kind of picture it this way. You've come into the door on your right, kind of in the middle of that wall, the right wall. That's where the dwarf is on the table singing. The left corner, right as you enter, that's where the minotaurs and humans are in their conversation. They're having a good time. They're clearly, group of people just got in. They went to the bar. Now they're talking, chatting. They're boisterous. And then straight ahead was the bar, and you've just found a table kind of middle-ish.
Oh god, everyone could see us from all around then.
Yes.
Not inconspicuous at all. Hide in plain sight.
It's not conspicuous though either. There's other tables.
Yeah.
Like there's other tables. There's at least another dozen people at the other tables drinking, eating, stuff like that, and a handful of people up at the bar, clearly taking the attention of the bartender. He's been in conversations with them and stuff like that.
So when we were taxed by the local dockmaster, was that one of our 4 tons of alcohol that's gone?
It wasn't a full ton, no.
He just took 1 barrel.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
so what does that get adjusted to? Because we had 4 tons. We didn't write it down as barrels.
Slightly less than 4 tons.
3.75 tons of.
You think 1 barrel weighs a quarter of a ton?
I've no idea.
I don't think that matters while we're trying not to get killed by pirates.
No, I was just thinking about selling it to the bartender. Where else are you going to sell it?
Okay.
I mean, a lot of it tends to be sold to wholesalers who then sell it to bartenders.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said the people are occasionally coming around. Braxon wants to see if there are looks of recognition between the people sitting next to the musician and the people with the Minotaur. He's wondering if the people with the Minotaur are the officers and the people with the singer are like the Expendables. So he's going to check the quality of their clothing, that sort of thing.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom check, please.
Okay. Right. Braxton's wisdom.
No, you don't think they're related.
That kind of real now.
Yeah.
So looking at them, you can tell from their positionings and stuff like that. They, their clothing is different. Their movements are different. The people around the dwarf, they're professional sailors, whereas the ones by the Minotaur, they are professional sailors and professional fighters. Like,
right.
Those people are warriors, in addition to knowing how to sail. The ones by the dwarf, they're just sailors.
Okay. So we only really need to pay attention to the Minotaurs, but maybe occasionally look around at the other lot to cover that we're looking at the Minotaurs.
Last time we gathered information, it was mainly by playing games.
Yeah. Okay, well,
They don't. There's no one in here playing games or anything, was there?
One of the groups of people at a table, they're playing some dice, but they appear to be they appear to know each other.
Yeah.
and I think if we're going to ask questions, Braxon whispers if we're going to ask questions about someone that's actually here,
No,
it's
I'm not
probably
gonna.
not wise to do so.
It's more rumors or whatever.
Braxon, give me an intelligence check, please.
Okay. I'm going to break one of them at some point. Oh, I nearly rolled a D200. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Okay, so, Braxon, you can conclude, based on the number of people here in that group, that while it's by no means all of the crew on an eel ship, it's a pretty good chunk.
Right.
So, there's at least 8 people there, and an eel ship normally has a crew of, max crew of 20 for safety purposes. So
What time of day is this?
They might have gone over that. I'm sorry, what was that, Lafdul?
What time of day is so I can piece together what time they might be ending their shifts.
Again, keep in mind that night is 4 days long on New Atari. As to the time,
What's the bustle of the city like on the
it's
port?
evening.
It's winding down.
Braxon mutters to the other two. Are either you two able to go invisible?
Yes.
Well, it looks like most of the crew are here. You might be able to get on board now and steal something. Something we can use to track them. And then the others of us could stay here, make sure they're staying here, and then
You would have no way of contacting me.
Send.
Lever, can you still do your talking to people thing?
Turn.
Just a minute, just a second. She has invisibility, yes. Oh, that was Skulls.
Can you both go invisible?
Yeah, but she's not as quiet as I am.
Yeah.
She could. Let me. Yes, she has 2 sendings.
Yeah, but the
Let's
cast time's a
see.
turn.
Yes, it's not a.
Yeah,
quick
not.
thing.
That's going to be 10 minutes left already. Over the ship, gone to the other shop, done some shopping, come back, had a drink, petted a cat, made a joke about Solas and a certain monster with eyes and teeth, and then come back, by the time you got that sending off.
But you could respond very quickly.
You better not make that joke in such a way that Solas hears it.
What?
Lafdul's such a friendly person. Why on earth would he ever do such a thing?
Right. Well.
Yeah. Anyway, she has invisibility. She has sending. With time, she could actually use it. Given time.
Right. Well, one of you could.
She has to fly. She could fly. Fly would be very.
What was Finnel'ar coming with us, or was he not?
He's back on the ship.
Yeah, he didn't come this time.
If you're going to go, you probably want to go now.
Yeah, but this stew's so good or awful, isn't it?
We need a hasty plan.
I know she used her polymorph self, so she can't change her form.
Oh yeah, you're not an elf. Yeah, it's a good idea that you're not an elf. Goblins don't like elves. Just as much as Lafdul absolutely despises them. Being a typical elf.
What?
How's this as a hasty plan, which Braxon sort of nods towards Lafdul and says, you can go and obtain a thing, and we can wait here, and if anyone starts to drift off, you can go and alert him. And then Braxon nods back towards Lafdul again and says, "And if you're finished first, you can come back here." Do you stay in that? Do you stay invisible?
Once I've used it, I won't be able to use it until my next rest.
No, but
Lafdul.
if you pick up an item, do you stay invisible?
Yeah, I just tuck it to my cloak.
Lafdul, I could reduce you.
I can reduce myself.
Oh, okay.
I think it might be worth doing this. You seem quite good at sneaking around.
If Lafdul reduced himself and Leva then reduced him again, would he get another 10%? Reduced to another 10%?
Yeah, it'll only
No,
take him longer.
Whatever's
the-
stronger.
Yeah, the more significant one would override.
Okay.
If you keep reducing him, the time it takes for him to get to the boat will take longer.
Right, we lift him up and
People
carry
wanting
him.
me to be a thief and steal stuff, you know, it's like,
You need to reduce. You need to reduce his top half and extend his legs.
Thing is, I can have a
Oh,
look.
you mean spider climb?
I can have a look-see, but I don't know if I'll do anything.
No,
That
but
ship's
I think
probably going to be here for a few days.
I
I
could
think
make you
now's a
fly.
good
I'm
opportunity.
covering my mouth as I'm saying this. I'm kind of like making sure I can't be lit.
Braxon's
fly.
gonna. Braxon will do this like holding up a glass or something.
She still has a fly spell if you want. It's faster than if you do the polymorph.
Well, can you
mean-
cast it? Can you cast it and he walks out of here?
Let me have a look. Fly.
I got a silent spell. I could be flying, silent, and invisible. You know, the odds of being found.
It's
No, but that's
casting
the
time
silence
True.
is an aura.
And let's see what Leva needs to. She needs to put a wing feather of any bird in her mouth.
Perhaps you two should go to the facilities at the same time and deal with this.
Yes, we've got a reputation to maintain, of course. Thank you for reminding us, Braxon.
No, I just mean it'd be a good place where you can be flyable.
Yes, it seems the narrative is forcing Lafdul and Leva to leave the room, so I guess we do.
Mhm.
Well, I finished at least half my food. Probably not even touch my cider.
How drunk is Leva?
Did you
Not
drink
drunk.
the cider? I mean, you're not going to get drunk off a single
Well,
cider.
you ordered the cider for her, so she probably would have drank it, wouldn't she?
It's up to you. You probably would have a very hard time nursing a drink, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you would guzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what is going to happen then? Because
Chug,
she's
chug,
gonna,
chug,
if
chug,
she's,
chug,
if she,
chug.
Shush.
why aren't you coming to the bloody bar? You seem like the party person.
Because I don't want to be a potential troublemaker if anybody recognizes me.
You could end up being like best friends.
Ockar is currently working as a therapy person for Solas.
I'm currently with Solas trying to help him get over the whole eye thing.
Oh, so you're not watching the ship.
It's mostly their teeth.
Yes.
All right. I guess.
And I'm still somewhat traumatized for being turned to stone.
So we are
You
giving
mean
therapy
that-
to each other.
Lafdul's gonna leave, I guess, after eating like half a stew. You're
Okay,
also
you
here
didn't
by
know-
yourself.
Oops, sorry.
Should I get Finnel to come back in here? Because something happens to you, Braxon, and you're by yourself.
Leva could use one of her sendings to send a message to Finnel to please come and be a companion to Braxon.
By 10 minutes,
Well,
you would have walked to the dockyard and back.
What?
It's a 10-minute spell.
Yes.
People are going to see you casting a spell for 10 minutes.
I know. If we go into a corner and you stand in front of me, I mean, Leva is very small. She could
Not
hide
right now.
behind you.
Nah, you're a
Oh yes,
human.
that's true. Not at the moment.
And it's a waste. Well, I'm not going to say a waste of a spell. You could probably get there in an okay, reasonable walk pace.
How obvious is it, and how often do you see people actually cast spells in the streets?
Pretty obvious and not very often.
Why can't you go to the toilet together and cast a spell in the toilet?
Because she'd be she'd be in the toilet chanting for 10 minutes.
Oh, God.
She could,
You're
she,
right there,
she could
miss.
play it as she could play it as being constipated.
I
guess.
don't think so.
Well, in that case, I guess you probably could just go back to our ship.
I'm going to go back to our ship, and I'm going to tell Brax I'm going to go to the back to ship because I would like to see if Finnel'ar would like to accompany me because he can fit into very, very tiny holes if he wants to.
Okay. Braxon will stay
And
there.
if he doesn't, well, we'll figure
Braxon's
that
going
out.
to stay in the pub and drink really, really slowly.
Well, in that case, it might be better if Leva stays with you.
Not if you've got to cast a spell on him. Is this the one for making him fly?
Yeah, you making me fly.
And that takes 10 minutes.
If you're asking so nicely, yes.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
Oh no!
I think Lafdul's starting to clock onto this.
Yes, please. Okay. Yes, please.
Oh, this is so easy. I could ask anything, he thinks to himself.
Oh, this is worse than that damn horse.
I mean, Leva, you can say you can take up the offer to for a purchased drink. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do anything in exchange for it.
Oh, okay.
Like there's
a
a difference between an offer and using that as payment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
All
saying,
right,
that's fine.
Lafdul, I agree. You pay me a drink.
I hand her a steel. You can buy plenty with that.
A what?
So, and then it's up to her at that point if she wants to spend like a steel's worth of drinks. I just give her a steel.
How does Leva react for that?
Would you be
not
disappointed?
quite an offer of a drink.
She's got beer money.
Yeah, I just given you like the equivalent of like 20 drinks worth of.
Yeah, which you don't have to spend all at once or now.
You gotta be joking.
In a way, Lafdul's testing the boundaries
Old,
of
how would that
affliction.
work out?
Seems to me that he's not actually offering you a drink anymore.
Oh.
He's giving me what was it, 10 steel so I can buy drinks?
I said 1 steel, not 10.
Okay, 1 steel to buy drinks.
Someone's already drunk. No,
so how would Leva react in that particular case? Because it's not a direct offer for
completely
a drink.
normally.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So
she says no, Mark. I guess.
She says no, thank you.
No,
I think the question is, do you need to go away for 10 minutes to make him fly, or not?
No, fly doesn't take 10 minutes.
No, it's less than a minute.
Ascending takes.
Ascending's
The fly is casting time of 3, which is.
It's not a specific time amount.
Okay, but it's much faster than 10 minutes.
But it is kind of noticeable if suddenly the person can start to fly, so you still want to do these things in a non-public place.
Yeah, let's go outside quickly and...
All right, Braxon's going to stay inside.
To Big Mac, it's not like every spell takes 10 minutes. It would be really,
I know.
really bad for combat.
I know. I missed which one was the long duration one.
I'm gonna stand here and spend 10 minutes casting magic missile.
Better be a good magic missile.
Come on, even I know.
Just use 1 missile.
Oh, you mean 10 minutes per missile? That would be...
Alright, so Leva and Lafdul, you go outside, like kind of find an alley.
Nah, I want to head back to our ship. So I want to pick up Finnel'ar.
Yes,
Or at
but
least I
she
did.
wants to cast fly on you.
Oh. Yeah, well, it's safer to do it inside the ship.
I mean,
How far away is the ship?
Well, Leva is worried that leaving Braxon alone, even though he's a strong man, is not really the best thing to do. Because if anyone gets recognized, it's going to be Braxon.
He's just a stranger that's walked into town. No one recognizes him.
No, he's the one who was known to who knew the Minotaur.
No.
No,
Lafdul
I
was.
did. Yeah, and the only reason
Oh, I
I
thought it was you.
recognize it is because of the memory read.
Okay.
And Lafdul didn't see him with his own eyes. He saw him with someone else's eyes, so they don't know Lafdul.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got no idea who we are.
Oh, then I misunderstood something. Okay.
They're only going to catch Braxon by his own incompetence.
Yeah, well, you need looking after then.
But then again, Minotaurs like to play rough ball with little man, as I found out.
all right. So how are you
By
doing
this
this? Are
time-
you going to an
How
alley to cast fly, or are you both going back to the ship?
How far away is the ship?
A few minutes walk.
Oh, we
Yeah,
can
it's
have
only a few minutes.
talk. But Leva will come back and sit down with Braxon again.
Okay. All right. So the both of you are going back to the ship. Correct.
I want to pick up Finnel'ar. So yeah.
I understand.
Well, at least
I understand. The question is, you're both going back to the
Yes.
ship. I want to confirm that.
yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So you get back to the ship. Finn, Ockar, and Solas are there. What are you gonna tell them?
Braxon's. Well, I try and do it somewhere surreptitious, so we're not being observed.
On below decks.
So I say
Inside.
to those two, as Braxon's deduced at least half, well, a good portion of their crew's not on the ship. If we want to find something for me to track, for us to track them, now's a good time to do it.
Okay.
I'm going
All right
to
then.
go on a ship. I mean, do you like adventure, Finn?
Yeah, we
You-
could go
you-
have a look.
I mean,
I don't think Finn would be with us if he didn't like adventure.
well, he has the ability to be many things, many animals. I'm somewhat jealous of that. Well, he might be able to fit into a small crack or go into another room or be unnoticed. Whereas, I mean, I can make myself smaller, but I still have to use doors. And I can use my telepathy on him. So we can communicate.
Oh, like I said, let's go have a look.
Yeah, good luck. I'd go along with you, but I'm not really good at sneaking missions. I tend to make a lot of noise.
I know, Captain Subtle there. Clank, clank. I am
Clank.
Ockar. Who are you?
I'm like Steiner from Final Fantasy IX. I make clanking noises whenever I walk.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
Sometimes.
Yes, people.
So you want to fly?
I would like to fly, and I could pocket a Finnel'ar if he wants to go into an animal form. Do you want to go into an animal form? Or reptile? You keep your animal one.
Well,
Why don't you
Eh.
take a moment to discuss how you want to approach the ship?
Because, well, I'm just going to fly in somewhere and then release a Finnel'ar into a small crack or something. He can look inside. If there's anything of note, I might look around while I'm on the outside to see if there's someone I can pickpocket. Oh,
Well, first, why don't we just walk down near the ship and have a look and see what's going on first?
well,
Sure.
That's our plan.
we're also leaving Braxon by himself for a long period of time. I mean, he's in the pub. He should
Well,
be fine.
how about this? Give me the head of the sky. Give me the head of the skies, and I'll go meet up with Braxton at the bar.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Or I can
you-
just sit down at a table nearby him and just make sure that nothing happens to him. Make sure that none of those pirates try to jump him since he's alone.
Well, you won't be alone. Leva will go back. She's sort of waiting for the two of them to decide what they want to do.
Once we figure
Well,
out
actually,
what
why doesn't she just cast fly on you and then turn around and go back to Braxon?
You can do, yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Because it lasts like an hour and something, doesn't it?
Do you
You could-
want me to go with you with the Hat of Disguise just in case?
It lasts 1 turn per level plus 1d6 turns.
You can, if you want to, then do. Okay.
Yeah.
Thing is, there's
Lafdul, will you let me borrow the Hat of Disguise?
sure.
Okay.
I guess I'm good old Lafdul elf. Well, no one. Well, all right. I've also got my out stuff if I need to.
Gotcha. Then I'll go with. Then I'm gonna go with Leva back to the bar using a disguise.
Why are you disguising it so fast?
I'll make myself look the way that you looked when you had the Hat of Disguise on.
You're gonna be me.
No, the way that you were looking when you were at the bar with them.
I was
Are you
Denton
the same height?
Skyhand.
Then I'll make
I'm
myself look like Denton Scarhand.
No,
I don't know if you can do an exact person. Can
no,
you?
it's not gonna be exact. You'll
Well,
notice when.
Well, it's a disguise that Lafdul made up, so then I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that disguise.
It's hard for anyone to notice unless they actively know the person and actively looking at them.
Yeah.
How similar do you two look?
It's not
And
going to be
how-
similar.
how
Leave that
close
up to-
are you in height?
Someone that doesn't recognize us isn't going to notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's
I'd
just
be-
someone that looks similar.
And the Hat of Disguise can make me shorter.
You really want to be sure? You got a short complex going on.
It'll
Hey, what's
just be. It'll be temporary. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
He wants to stop Braxon from feeling bad.
You see a 6-child, get you a few inches back.
I don't want Braxton to be alone if he gets jumped by pirates.
Ah. It means you want to die with him.
It's a good plan. Just go with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Alright. How long does your fly spell last, Leva? Typically?
1 turn a level. So that's.
I will not be able to go into the bar unless I use another one of my granted powers.
So it's.
Which I
very-
probably will do, I guess.
I guess the minimum is about 1 hour, and let's say 1 hour to, I don't know, 2-3 hours.
That's plenty of time. Old.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was uncertainty on last time, because I never really did this, did you roll whether or not invisibility will from a point onwards break if I do pickpocketing?
Pickpocketing.
Because I would
I do not
retroactively
consider
notice.
pickpocketing a hostile act
Right.
in that for that spell.
Kudos.
I would probably say that it would break if you get caught, however.
Hmm.
So just don't get caught. You know, it's the easy thing.
I guess.
Lafdul, do you want invisibility as well?
Well, yeah, because if you... Yeah.
All right.
Are you casting fly and then invisibility?
Yes, the other way around is very difficult.
I mean, you know where he is, so unless he moves, and that's 1 turn per level.
Which one?
Fly.
Fly is 1 turn per level plus 1d6 turns.
Okay.
And we never know, we cannot know how long it takes. Only you know.
Yep. All right.
Leva's super variable spells.
That's got nothing to do with it. That's actually just a normal fly spell.
Yeah, it's so that
Wow.
you have the distinct possibility of whee, I'm fly. Oh God, I'm falling.
The same is actually invisibility, except that's quite special. That's long.
That's a
Fly
yeah,
with-
that's a full day unless it's broken earlier.
Fly
24
seems
hours.
like a good spell if you're invisible because you could get past
Well,
the
if
guard.
she's using my... If she's using her invisibility, I could reuse my own invisibility, so...
Well,
Maybe.
does yours last that long?
Can I... Well, I'm already invisible now. I can't even disguise myself.
Well, you can make Finn
Uh,
invisible.
You could disguise yourself first, and then
Can I attempt to at least cover... No. I might need. I was going to say cover up my ears. That would affect my hearing.
Why would you want to cover up your ears?
So I don't look like an elf.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed. Hobgoblins and goblins really hate elves as much as I hate them.
yeah, but you already polymorphed yourself as well into something else. didn't you?
No, Archer's taken that.
Oh. Oh!
I was Denton Scarhand. He's now Denton Scarhand.
Leva can pass you her...
It's fine. I've got my
self.
outer self and changed self granted powers if I need to.
Alright, so otherwise she has a potion.
Yeah. That's something you want to hold on to. So yes, flying and invisible Lafdul. Is Finnel'ar gonna walk by himself, or is he gonna be pocketable?
I take it there was no wild surge?
Nope, both of those spells went off without a hitch.
Okay.
At least that we noticed.
I think I'll take a.
If you're well, it's entirely up to you. But what I will say is it easier to go just as easy as a snake as it is a mouse?
Sometimes.
Wouldn't other mice be like terrified of snakes? So you wouldn't get a confrontation.
There is that.
I mean, not that I wouldn't want to see an epic mice versus mice battle.
Lafdul just wants to wear a snake round his neck, admit it.
Don't forget there
Don't
might
judge.
be mongoose around.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah. I'll start going off and pocket a Finnel'ar to whatever form he takes, if it's pocketable.
All right, Finn, are you changing form?
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide what I want to do.
Okay. All right, so I'll give you guys a moment for that. Leva and Ockar. Ockar, you've put on the Hat of Disguise and changed your form?
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you are going back to the Star Sulky's Delight Tavern?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How long does your polymorph last, Leva? Because haven't you been like wandering around town for a while?
How long have we been wandering around?
It has been like 2 weeks since we any of us know the duration.
Yeah, it's been about a half an hour now.
Let's say that's something else. Polymorph self. 2 turns per level.
Yeah, so the minimum was 100 minutes. So
Yes.
it might be more like 45 minutes so far.
So about half. Okay.
Well, half of the minimum. You're not sure.
How long you got?
But Leva never knows how long.
Yep.
Be anything. There's a grace period.
Okay.
So I assume you would have said that your polymorph isn't going to last forever. So you need to get a move on. Would you have said that to Lafdul?
Yes.
Alright. Just so we know.
We actually talked at length about this last time. We calculated the minimum and the maximum.
All right, so
Yeah,
the two of you get back to the tavern, take your seats. Ockar, I would assume that Braxon or Leva would subtly point out that the half-empty bowl of scaver stew there and cider are quote-unquote yours.
Right. Good thing I'm immune to disease, so I'll do it.
Wow!
If I
Wow!
wasn't streaming, I would have
Wow!
so hard.
I had no idea that you thought laughter was so grody.
So this invisible person just randomly sneezes.
I'm like, I'm immune to disease, and I have to keep up appearances, so let's do this.
Right.
So the Minotaurs and the humans are still in their conversation, their boisterous conversation. Based on how they're reacting, you would guess that this is kind of a they're reminiscing about past events and stuff like that.
I'm going. Can I use detect evil intent on
Just gonna
the
stare at
head
them.
minotaur while I'm eating?
Yes, you can, and you're not detecting any evil intent from them right now.
Okay.
Braxon holds his mug up. Does he know that that's Ockar or not?
Not
Not
right now,
left.
no.
Leva will let him know soon.
Oh,
Okay. Then
Yeah.
Braxton doesn't say anything.
why you notice the difference?
Well,
I think Braxton's gonna have to start rolling an intelligence check.
Can I whisper to him?
Sure.
I'm just going to as best I can, to silently whisper to Braxton. I'm Ockar.
Braxton raises an eyebrow,
Oh.
and then, after a moment, says, "Check out the humans. Are they anyone you know?"
Oh,
I'm going to look closely at them to see if I recognize any of them.
All right, give me an
Just
intelligence check.
surreptitiously.
Okay.
Thankfully,
Sadly, intelligent. Sadly, that's my worst stat, but we'll see.
Thankfully, Lafdul doesn't have a reputation of being a prankster, so Braxon immediately believes that he's Ockar.
Yeah, I know, right?
Target is 11, so that's a fail.
Okay.
that means-
You do not recognize any of them, but given their the time since you last saw Njord and his friends, and their positioning, the kind of smoky interior of this tavern, it's hard to say. Like, there's a few of them that's like, yeah, those are definitely not them. There's two that are kind of like the right height and shape for one of them, maybe Gang, but you're not sure. And he definitely would have had to have changed something about himself for that to be him.
Yeah.
Which way are the toilets, Ald? Are they in that general direction?
I like how you assumed that this place had toilets.
Maybe it doesn't.
It does
It's
not.
maybe
Perfectly
It does
well
not.
It's
used
maybe
street out the
super
back.
broad.
Okay, all right. So yeah. So do people normally go on the street or something?
You're not really sure.
Probably the men if it's just a whiz.
None of you have been around the back alley.
I don't want to go to the back alley.
You're immune to disease.
I don't want to get that stuff on me.
You're immune to disease.
And being immune to being immune to disease doesn't mean you're immune to the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would actually think that there is some type of toilet around because
Okay.
there are
Being
men
immune
and
to
women there. So
All right.
Yeah.
All
Being
right.
immune to disease doesn't mean I want to go walking in sewers or the
Okay.
equivalent.
Okay. Let's try another track. Is there anything over in the bar that way that would give us an excuse to go nearer to that table?
Only other tables.
Right. So they don't have anything the equivalent of a dartboard or
No.
a game board or anything like that.
No.
let's invent a new game called Dance.
No.
So there are back rooms, but they appear for employees only. And yeah, if someone has to go, you have no idea exactly where they go.
Well, we don't seem to have to go anyway. As far as I remember, it's never been a question.
No.
Not until
And
now.
your ship is close enough, so in general, you could just go back to your ship. And you suspect that might be the case for most people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think what we can use an excuse to go over there.
I mean, for now, you can just keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Finn, have you decided what you're going to turn into?
Yeah, I'll take a snake form.
Okay. Are you
Probably
going?
something like a Death Adder.
Okay. Are you going to have Lafdul carry you, or do you want to slither along beside him or something like that?
He
I might
can
stand
carry
on
me.
him.
Okay.
I was terrified. Well, I don't know if Lafdul would be terrified. Probably a little.
So Finn, how many times are you going to bite him?
Oh.
Only three.
I kid. Or do I? All right, so Lafdul, you pick up the now very snaky Finn, kind of curl him up under your cloak or something like that.
Did I for a
Probably.
moment see just a flying death adder?
Maybe.
I could just coil myself around his arm.
Or
Okay.
around my neck or something.
Arm would
Don't-
probably be better. It would be more like you
Don't-
could keep the cloak covering him
Yeah.
with the other arm kind of thing.
Oh yeah, he's not invisible, is he?
Otherwise, people are going to be going, what the flying snake?
Coiled snake.
Yeah, a flying coiled snake. That would be a little
Get
bit
a
weird.
very particular angle.
All right, so
We
you're
would
gonna.
either terrify the locals or start a new religion. One of the two.
Lafdul's, wow, that might be blasphemy.
I
for
mean,
Paul
that
Lafdul.
would be hilarious.
Probably not start a new religion here. All
The
right.
great flying Sun Serpent.
All right. So you make your
Alright.
way down the docks towards the ship.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just fly over the dockyards if I can fly.
Okay.
It's faster, I assume. I'm gonna try and
sure.
find the names of all the ships. One of them.
I mean, there is a galleon in the way, so you do need to go up and over their masts and everything.
Did we find the name of the galleon? It's a dark red galleon. It's not the galleon that I recognized from the last port, is it?
It is not the same galleon. No. Let me look. See what that was.
Because the other one was a Bloodseen's Bane.
Yeah, this is the Heart of Sargonus.
Ah, the Sargonus. I need to write down my notes 1 second.
All right.
But I will be maybe making some casual observations.
There are humans and hobgoblins on board.
Heart of Sargonus.
Mm-hmm.
Dark red galleon, yeah. Alright, yeah. So does the eel ship have a name? As I make my way over to that.
If it does, you cannot see it from up in the air. You know that one is the Heart of Sargonus because you've already discovered that information. Like as you're flying over this, you're not reading that on the galleon.
No. What am I? Can I find any detailing marks about the eel ship as I fly near it?
It's painted in shades of green, dark green generally.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see a Minotaur and some humans up on deck. Looks like they're bringing some cargo up from below decks.
Plunder, probably. I think the shopkeeper was negotiating something, so that might have come into conclusion. And I couldn't find out a name of the ship.
Not from flying up above.
What about around it?
You can fly down and look around. You want to do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You do see the name towards the bow near a ballista, and it is the Sormer.
Oh, sorry?
The Sormer. Sormr.
Sormr.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize that as a name, or is there anything at all? Does that name stand
I
out?
don't believe you've heard that before.
Alright. Obviously, I need to find somewhere that's relatively flat. Well, actually, can I find somewhere where I can settle down to cast telepathy on Finnel? Find somewhere that's out of view. Well, even though I'm invisible, away from people. That's all I care about.
You could probably land on the roof of one of the buildings nearby.
Yeah. I make sure I don't clunk down on the thing.
Yeah.
I am a pretty stealthy person, or at least I would hope so.
You're going to make some sound, but at the same time, you don't know if there's anyone in there, if anyone's even going to notice anything, so...
It might be a little while before anyone notices anyway. I'll be able to react to it.
Okay, so you land on the roof of one of the buildings and cast telepathy?
On Finnel'ar, yeah.
Okay.
So we can communicate for a little while.
Alright. Do you want to speak to each other about anything, make any plans?
I'm just going to see if there's any... Well, I mentioned to Finnel, I'm just going to go in for like a close look to see if there's anywhere, any place they can plonk you down. If not, then I'll have to make decisions as I go. There's not really much else I can plan for.
So, real fast, the deck is fairly exposed. There is a catapult, there is a ballista, and there's only one way down below decks as far as you could tell, and there are people bringing crates up those stairs.
This is going to sound extremely silly. That nameplate, how is it attached to the ship? Is it bolted?
I don't think you noticed when you were looking at it.
Just wonder if I could just steal the nameplate.
You might, but you would be pretty sure you'd
Yeah,
have
I
to
know.
pry it and it would be noisy.
Yeah.
Get the crowbar!
Looks like a shape woodwork.
Finn, do you have any ideas that you want to suggest?
Don't really know the layout of an ill ship, so
No. You just learnt from Braxon it's quite long and there's like a room or something. Do we have deck plans for this when we go close?
Yes, you do. In fact, I might be bringing you over there just in a second. Okay, I don't know if everyone's going to see this. Everyone other than Lafdul and Finn, you might just see blackness.
Oh, I thought you was going to say close your eyes.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say something. Obviously, you can see. Yeah, it's not much to go on, is there?
no,
Yeah,
really.
It's a pretty small ship. You see... Let me make sure that I'm on the right thing. Yep. All right. So you can see the catapult back here. And the ballista up front. And this guy is clearly standing around keeping an eye out. And these three they're working to, bring some stuff up on deck. There's some other crates already up on deck.
Let's realize Finnel'ar might not be able to do much because there's like nowhere for him to go other than... Actually, is there like gaps or pauses in between when they come up and obviously load stuff off the ship?
Yeah.
What's that Minotaur doing? Is he just being the heavy lifter?
Yes, and it looks like he's also directing them on where to put stuff.
Alright, I'm gonna go to like... Obviously I'm flying, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna see if they move at all. Obviously, I wait for them to be moving them.
So you're flying over there, and what? And just like waiting for them to move?
Yeah, I'm seeing if there's like an opportune moment. See if I can pick up any of the conversations while I'm waiting.
They're pretty clearly just discussing like hey, where should we put this? Oh, right over there. Okay, that kind of thing. Like it's all conversations regarding moving this cargo around. So they're over here, and then another two come up carrying a crate.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a few minutes because I need to get an idea of how many are going up and down, at least for a few minutes.
Okay. It looks like
'Cause
those
that's-
4 are the main ones doing that, and then this Minotaur, he's kind of making sure he's doing some extra positioning of stuff up here, while those 4 are the ones bringing the stuff up from below decks.
Hmm. I say, hey, Finn, should we go in? Or because it's pretty risky, to be honest. I know I know I'll be able to get past the human people, but I've never really tried sneaking past a Minotaur. I don't know if there's anything particular about them. Do I know anything about Minotaurs?
What do you mean by know anything about Minotaurs?
I know out of character what they can do. I don't know in character.
I mean, as far as you know, they're
So-
just bigger, stronger people with
Yeah,
bullheads.
Yeah, no.
Can we go take a look at these up here? The gills?
Oh. Alright, yeah, we might be able to sneak you in through like a crack or something. Did
They
you see up the top? It's
yeah,
really
they
snowy.
appear to be decorative.
Yeah. Is there any like crack or anything that I can see as I'm looking around the front?
No, but these are windows.
Can I look in the window?
Yes, you can. And inside, you see a man in black and purple robes with a very long white beard. He's clearly talking to someone else. The other person is clearly he holds himself like a warrior. And he has, give me just a second.
Can I attempt to listen if I place my ear against a wall while floating?
Yeah, I'm probably going to give you a penalty to that. But give me just a second.
Mhm.
Let me get a description of him.
Yeah, because it's going through material.
So he's got brown hair and a full beard. A sword on his belt, and he's wearing a helmet as well.
What type of helmet? Any markings about it?
It's a helmet that reminds you of some stuff that you've seen with Ockar. Like not Ockar himself, but his people back on Brawl.
His culture, so it might have like horns or something on it.
No, it doesn't have any horns.
Or the face, the nose mask thing.
Yeah, it's got 2 rigid, like 2 rings around the eyes.
So it looks
eye
intimidating. That kind of Norse look.
Yeah.
The frightening. All right. Did Ockar give me a description of what any of? He did give me a description. But...
He did, but this guy's wearing a helmet, so it's hard to say. It's hard to match him up.
Could I gauge age as well?
Similar age to Ockar, maybe a little bit older.
20s, something like that.
Mhm.
Because obviously, we're assuming this person hasn't been magically aged, so. Because Arca's probably much older at this point. Alright, yeah, I'm obviously going to try and listen to the conversation if I can.
Alright, what is your listen skill?
45. And I can't use my brass thing because then that'll be visible.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's really, really muffled. Pick up a few words here and there, but not enough to put together any kind of concept of what they're talking about.
That person that clearly must be a helmsman or something. Is that the person I got from the memory read for that mage? That person was from Anselon. person who might have done the charm spell, do they look similar?
No,
Hmm.
that person did not have a beard.
Wow, people can grow beards. Well,
Not this. This is a good, like, chest length
this
white
person
beard.
was old. Yeah.
He's definitely older. He holds himself up straight though. And let's see, he does have a hooded robe that he does have
Color of the robe?
keep pulled up, black and purple.
That isn't similar to the black robe that Lever once wore at one point, is it?
Every one of those robes would be a bit different, so you couldn't really say. He does have a staff. He is holding a staff.
If I try to angle my... Where's the... Is this not drawing? Why is it not drawing?
I don't know.
It's drawing a... If I angle my sight to look... can't... Like inwards, can I see anything?
Yeah, set yourself to not snap to grid.
Yeah, snapping. Oh, there we go. Yeah, like as if I'd try and look at an angle. Like I want to look like all the way down, or at least as far as I can.
Okay.
Is there a helm in there as well?
Yes. So you basically position yourself up here and look in. The wall goes back to about here. Like there's a wall back there, and you can see a door in that wall. And there is a helm in this room. It's a seat.
I fly around to the other side. Maybe I didn't see something over there that
and just so you know, the chair itself is delicately carved wood. Looks like it might be leaves of some sort, tree leaves of some sort carved into it.
Does it look elven?
Give me an intelligence check.
Silly question. This has got nothing to do with like religion for the elven ships or anything like that.
I'm sorry?
Alright, never mind. I was thinking it might be something that I might have seen on an elven ship.
It's definitely elven aesthetic.
Yeah. Is it just aesthetic? There's no religious markings or anything on it? It's just...
No religious
Is this something that
markings you
I'm
can tell.
familiar with? It's just elven generic.
No, it just looks like the kind of thing that elves would like and make.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they don't make helms, but the Arcane do know who they're selling to, so. Helms that get sold to elves tend to look elven. Helms that get sold to dwarves tend to look dwarven, that sort of thing.
That's annoying. What's the body language between the two people in there? Other than talking. Does one look like they're giving you orders around?
It doesn't look like they're orders. It looks like they're discussing something. The warrior's in kind of, his arms are crossed, and he's in kind of a relaxed but ready position. Whereas the man with the cloak, he's kind of leaning on the staff. You're not sure that he needs to, but it's just kind of like the thing of, if you're just standing around talking to someone and you're holding a staff, it's the kind of thing that you might do. Especially if you're older and maybe not so physically strong.
Is he human?
You think they're both human. It's hard to say for sure, but their body shapes are more human than you would say for elves. They could be half elves.
Have I ever seen any half elves with really long beards? Because there's not going to be any elves I ever meet.
Yes, you have. They're usually the half elves that strongly favor their human side. Their human ancestors. Or want to mark a significant difference with their elven ancestry.
Is there anything that reminds me of the Elven Imperial Navy in there at all?
Nothing obvious. I mean, other than potentially the helm itself.
No. I wouldn't be familiar with any of their markings or symbols, would I?
You'd be familiar enough with the public ones, but you're not seeing anything in there.
Yeah. Obviously, I mentally communicate to Finnel'ar and say I can't hear anything. It's a little hard to hear.
I mean, there are gaps where when they're moving around the cargo that Finn might be able to get down into the vessel. If you want to try it.
Yeah, I had an idea.
You did?
Yep. If you
Detail.
fly over, like right here,
Yoink.
and
Wow.
just kind of reach down into the stairwell and let me have a look. If I squeeze your arm, pull me back. If I drop off, then it was safe for me to go in.
Wow. We're communicating telepathically for a while.
True.
How long does my telepathy last? Turn plus 2 rounds level, so 22 minutes. 24 minutes, I mean. How long's it been? Like 5-10 minutes?
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, then obviously I remind Finnel that I'm at like half my duration of my telepathy.
I don't know why
It's fine.
both of your tokens are like see-through, and it's weird.
It's really laggy for my character trying to move this around for some reason.
All right, it
So
might be the
invisibility
new.
build.
It might be the new dynamic lighting.
I'm out to yeah, that's why I changed my hardware acceleration. I can't remember if I disabled it or enabled it. That's what I had to do to fix it, and now they might have reversed it. So I'm going to have to reverse what I changed it to
That's possible.
at some point. I'll do it during the break. Yeah, because it's like grossly laggy and slow for me. Like 1 frame a second slow.
But like, I don't know why your tokens are transparent.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, you guys can see it. Like, that's the kind of... I don't know, yeah, it's just weird. So, I mean, as long as you can see them and you can move them, I guess it doesn't matter, so...
If you can, Finn, try to see if you can swallow something. Well, not literally swallow, like hold it in your mouth. If the opportunity arises.
Well, look for something.
All right. Lafdul, you kind of stick your arm down I'd assume you'd kind of like do it down in this corner kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of less likely for someone to, bump in and, bump their head against it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Finn, you see down those stairs, it's dimly lit with some light spells, but they're not, some magical lights, but they're not like very bright. But not so dark that there's like, it's dark. It's just kind of dim and shadowy and stuff like that. There's a lot of crates down there, and there is another sailor down there shifting some stuff around. Obviously, like getting them in positions for them to be carried up. And
Okay.
you can see that there is a hallway on the underside up here that goes up towards the bow.
Okay. Lafdul,
Mm-hmm.
grab hold of my tail.
I do as he says.
I'll start to uncoil myself and stretch down to see how close to the floor I can get.
You could probably drop down or you could easily get onto the stairs and slither down.
Can he get back up the stairs being a snake?
He could easily get up the stairs, yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Alright,
could always,
so I'll
he could
drop
always
that.
turn into like a mouse or something like that and get up the stairs as well if he had problems.
All right, so I'll drop down and try to quickly get to a corner out of sight.
Okay.
Can I, while he's doing that, I assume I've got but a few moments. Can I look at their cargo, see what they're holding?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Fly.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see you're over here now, Finn.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry. What was that, Lafdul?
I'm just seeing what they're holding. They're cargoing.
Um,
And if they're mentioning any names at all.
it's difficult for some of it. Let's see.
Because I have
Some
seen,
of some of it is just like uncarved marble blocks.
black or white.
Mostly white.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say on the other crates. Like those aren't in crates; those are just separate blocks that have been.
Is this like professionally packed into the crates or whatever, or is this like
the
shoddy man's like?
Yeah, no,
people
the crates themselves are all pretty professionally done.
How do these crew hold themselves? Are they professionals?
Yeah, they also hold
Like-
themselves like warriors.
Yeah.
But it's hard for you to identify what's in the actual crates.
Even if I fly directly above them.
No, I mean they're all closed.
Oh. Right. Something heavy, stony, I guess. Marbly.
Yeah, you can tell that some of
Probably.
them some of them have different weights despite having similar sizes. Some of them appear fairly light, and others appear fairly heavy. But you can't easily identify. There's no markings on the outside that you recognize that tell you what's inside of them.
Any seals, symbols, creating, wording? This
Nothing
ship-
that
this
you
ship
nothing that you
from-
recognize.
No,
I mean, if you
no
see it later
stamps.
or get it pointed out to you, then you might recognize it, like you're taking mental note of it. But it's nothing that you personally recognize right now.
Hmm.
Okay, Finn. You could try slithering along the walls, and this guy right here, he's just moving some crates around.
Okay. Well, that looks like an opening to me. I'll just stick right close to the wall. And actually, I'll kind of stop here and poke my head around the corner.
Okay, looks like it is being pretty laggy on loading up that stuff. Can you see down the corridor now?
Very slightly. Like I have a sliver. I can see him there.
Okay. Yeah, he's just kind of like patrolling the corridor.
Actually patrolling.
Yeah, going back and forth.
Hmm. I guess if they are
I'll
professionals,
peek
they
out.
might-
I'll peek out just a little bit more, and look and see if any of these doors are open.
They are not. However, being in your snaky form, you think you could slither under them pretty easily.
Okay.
Don't forget you're not invisible.
So I'll very cautiously move up the corridor behind him. Well, which way is he walking right now?
Right now, he is walking this way.
Okay. So I'll kind of very slowly get up behind him here.
I mean, you could slip into one of those rooms and take a look around, try to take a look around it, and then kind of watch for him to pass by again if you wanted to do something like
Okay.
that.
I'll do the first room then, I guess.
Okay. Let me just drag you in there. And it's taken a few seconds for it to load the difference, right?
No, it's almost instant for me.
Oh. Huh. It is not for me. That's good. If it's almost instant for you, that's really good. I'm not seeing it right now, but that's fine. That
Old reveals the map.
probably does mean that I need to do something on my end too. I'm not getting lag on like moving the map around, but yeah, it still hasn't even indicated to me that you can see that room, which is
Yeah, I'm going to
weird.
change my hyper acceleration during the break. I think that's it for me.
All right, so I'll look around the room, see what I see.
Okay, so this chamber is pretty clearly the Galleon mess. There is up here, easily stowable like stove and cooking appliances and stuff like that. That can easily be kind of folded up into the wall and to make more room for seating. Um, Benches and tables that can easily be folded up. And it looks like this probably also serves as extra storage space at times, extra sleeping quarters at times. It is kind of a multi-purpose room.
Okay.
And you do see a door here as well.
I'll take a peek under that door then.
Okay. I move your token and then it shows that room that you were just in.
Silly question.
Yeah?
He can hear common, all the languages spoken, he
Mhm.
just can't speak it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in here, this is clearly a pantry. You can see like sacks of grain, sacks of flour, I should say, um, some barrels of water, um, all that sort of thing is stacked up in the shelving and stuff like that, and it's pretty cramped. It's pretty cramped in here. Not so much for you as a snake right now, though.
Yep. All right. Probably not going to find too much in the way of personal items here, so I'll go back out and look under the door for the guard who's walking around.
Okay. So he's gotten up here, and you hear him knock on the door, that door at the end, and one of the people inside there opens it up a bit, and they're having a quiet conversation, just very short. And you're a little bit too far away to make out what they're actually saying right now.
Okay. Do I have enough time to make that next door, or should I wait for him?
You could definitely make that next door.
Okay. So I'll go to the next door and get underneath it.
Okay. All right. So inside here, this is clearly crew quarters. There are hammocks strung up and some pallets on the floor as well that could like easily be rolled up and shoved into the corner or shoved into compartments or something like that for people to sleep. It looks like when people are sleeping in here, it's very cramped.
Okay.
And other than like some sacks that you'd guess have like clothing and stuff in it, you're not even seeing a whole lot of personal items.
So they probably keep everything on themselves then.
Quite possibly.
Or just don't have much.
Yeah.
All right. I'll peek back out and see what the guard is up to.
All right, he's making his way back down here now.
Okay. I'll wait till he passes and then go for the next room.
Okay. There you
Okay.
How long's it been?
go. 7-8 minutes,
So it's like 17 minutes so far or something.
maybe something like that. Yeah.
Alright, so I mentally communicate. If my telepathy fades, I will wait around invisibly around the catapult. There was no one currently there by the catapult.
Don't worry about
So-
it. I have my own way off the ship.
You don't want me to hang around if... No.
All right, so you're slipping under that door. Finn?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Old.
Mm-hmm.
While that's going on,
Yep.
if I look at the catapult, is there anything, if I were to think to myself, is there any way, do I know if sabotaging breaks my invisibility? If I were to cut a rope or something?
Depends on the sabotage.
Literally, if like the catapult string, like keeps it taut, for example.
No, but it's not like it's that would not break your invisibility. If you pulled out a hammer and started smashing it, that would.
Yeah, it wouldn't be something like that. I would just be looking like
However, it's not kept taut right now because
Yeah.
it's not ready to be used.
I'm just wondering if I could strategically weaken the rope.
You could do something like that, and you don't think it would break your invisibility.
I will attempt to do that.
Okay. All right. So Finn, you slip under that that door, and these chambers are clearly a single person's bed chamber. There is a fixed bed, some like clothes drawers and stuff like that. And under the bed, you do see a heavy chest of some sort. There's clearly a lock on it. Like, you can see that clearly because you're so close to the ground right now. There's
Right.
also other personal items up and about the chamber. Although, given that this is a ship, they're generally in positions to not fall over and be knocked off if this thing gets into combat or has hard bumps or something like that.
Is there anything that I could get into my mouth as a snake?
Let's see.
Are there any like hair accessories, like hair ties or something?
You might need
Well,
to
like pin.
slither up onto onto the cabinet or onto there's a little desk as well, and you can't really see what's on top of that desk.
All right.
So you might need to slither your way up there.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So you first get up on the bed, and then use that to get over onto the desk. Let's see. There's definitely a little carved figurine. The kind of little thing that you'd have decorating your desk. Perhaps it was a gift from someone or something like that. You could get it in your mouth. You're not sure if you could get it under the door.
But I could squeeze back under the door as a mouse, correct?
Yeah. Well, the problem
Okay.
is that you're not sure if it would fit under the door.
Yeah.
Right. But if I resume human form, put it in a pocket, and then turn into a mouse.
All right. We could try that.
You could grab more than that. Probably.
Wait, can druids
Yeah, you
form
can.
more than once per day?
Different forms.
Oh. Okay.
Because this way, as a reptile, then you can do a mammal as a mouse.
And returning to his human form does not count as a change.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay. So you resume your human form and slip that into a pocket. You also feel that this room, like the stuff in this room, is pretty high quality. The person who uses this room likes high quality creature comforts and furniture and stuff like that. Like the furniture is well carved, of you know expensive-ish wood, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's just
I'll
sort of
relay
a
that
thing
through the telepathy if it's still up.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say it'd probably be ending in a couple of minutes. So if you're getting out, get out.
Okay. So back to well, I'll step next to the door and then turn into a mouse.
Okay.
Save
It means
myself a
you're-
few steps as a mouse.
You'd also, wow, would Lafdul have given him the once over as being stealthy tips and stuff? As in, Lafdul might have said, "Don't even risk stepping." Because I probably would have said that.
I think that
All right,
a couple steps is, I mean,
it's wood, it creaks.
yeah, but it's like at the same time it's just a couple steps. So he can try to be as quiet as he can. He just can't be preternaturally quiet like a thief can. All right. So you get over to the door and turn into a mouse.
Yep.
And squeeze under the door.
Peek out under it first, figure out where the guard is.
Okay. He is down at the end of the hall talking to the guy moving cargo down there.
Okay. Then I will move back down and slip under this door.
Okay.
Back to the galley area.
All right. And wait for the.
And then wait for him to start walking back.
Okay. You can easily, while you're under there, without even sticking your head out, you can easily see his feet tromp by.
Yep. All right. So then I'll peek out, make sure it's clear, and then get over near the stairs.
Okay.
If he's telling me he's coming back up, I'm guessing this is going to be stretching the last of the telepathy. Did I make any headway on the catapult? Just strategically weakening the rope?
You really won't know until it is used.
I have attempted to. Then.
Yeah, you've attempted to.
Just silently cutting at it a bit.
Yeah, it's just like
causing the ropes
making
to
a-
fray, that sort of thing.
it'll probably still shoot on one shot, but after that one shot, it might break.
All right, so Finn, are you going to try to scoot up the stairs?
I'll take a look, see if anybody's coming up or down them first, and then.
He could ask me if the telepathy's still up. No,
I think the telepathy will probably probably have ended in that other room back there.
All right, then. The last thing he knows that I was by the cap. So that's where I'm going to wait.
All right. Well, I'll peek around the stairs, see if anybody's there, and if the stairs are clear, I'll go up.
All right, they appear to be clear.
All right. Then I will head up, right along the edge of the ship's wall there.
All right.
So this is Bob. This is
Actually,
Jeremy.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Actually, I would have gone up by the inside wall there then if.
Yeah,
up by the catapult.
it just snapped a grid, and I would have to hold down a key. So
Okay.
I was lazy.
So I'll just scoot along that wall down by the catapult.
Okay. As you come up, you hear the Minotaur grunt out. God's damn, we got another mouse. I told Sard we should have gotten a cat. And he's coming after you, trying to stomp you with his hooves.
Alright, Lafdul's gonna fly all the way over here. And like
Run, Stuart Little, run.
he's gonna tap on the side of the ship to see if I can cause a slight distraction. Knowing I'm just trying to pull their attention a bit. Loud enough to be heard, but
These guys
obviously
are
then immediately fly away afterwards.
These guys are coming up. Whoa, what was that? Some sound. You were going
So
back towards the catapult, Finn?
Yes.
Okay. So it probably would be.
Are these full height walls, or are they something I could quickly scamper up?
They're not full height walls. They're railings and stuff like that. Like this deck is recessed a bit compared to the outer surface. But then there's also railings so that people just don't fall over. There is an opening over here for a gangplank down to the dock.
I'm going to see if I can distract the Minotaur, specifically the Minotaur.
How so?
Just go slightly below, like, line of sight, below the railing, and, like, tap on the wall so he just turns his head, basically. While as far as he's concerned, he just thinks it's a mouse. This is going to be taking more precedence, that sudden noise. And once that happens, I will just, push myself away from it because I'm flying.
All right.
So it's like going over there, tap, 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 and just go back.
Okay. And Finn, what is your plan?
Can I scoot through the railing out onto the skin of the hull?
Yeah, you could easily jump up to that point and scoot through.
Okay, that's what I'll do then. And I'll go down by the tail.
Did the Minotaur look like he got distracted?
Yeah, you hear him give a curse and say, "What was that?" And these two crew members are also coming over.
All right, then I go over here. Well, I go over here looks like ish. I try and do it over here. But I go a little bit further down.
This guy's coming down as well. What's going on? There's definitely like.
All right, now that I've caused enough of a commotion, I'm backing off.
Yeah, they're definitely
scooting up.
There's definitely a commotion and everything going on. Finn, you're out on the deck and scooting down by the tail.
And I'm like,
all right. I will switch into a bird form and fly off.
Okay, what kind of bird?
Small songbird.
Okay.
For less notice.
There's no birds on. Well,
actually, I will probably fly down under the ship.
You can't fly under the ship; it's in water.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll fly down close to the waterline then, but not too close.
Okay.
If I see him, I could try to whisper and just be right close to him.
You would not be.
Here.
You would not be close because he'd be turning in and immediately launching himself into the air and flying off.
Do I see a bird fly off?
Oh yes, and you hear the fluttering of the wings.
All right, then I know that's Finnel'ar. Obviously, I fly after him.
Okay.
But I don't do anything. I just fly and follow.
All right, you definitely leave a bit of a commotion behind as you make your way back to the ship, your ship.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pull everyone back over here. Okay. So, you return to Solas. And do you have anything that you want to say to him or anything like that?
Who's returning first? We both at the same time. As Finnel's flying off, I'd say I'm right behind you. But obviously, I'm invisible. He can't communicate. He probably hear me.
Don't think you'd be able to really get a. I don't know that you'd really be able to speak to him. As a songbird, I'm pretty sure he'd be flying faster than you.
Really? Magical flight?
Oh yeah.
I think you're slower than a songbird as well.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is that a songbird would probably have a movement of like 27 or something like that. And
my Wren form that you gave me has a flight of 36.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm left in the proverbial dust in the air.
Yeah. So Finn would definitely get back to your ship first.
All right. I'll fly down below decks before resuming human form.
Okay. And I mean, it would still only be like a moment later that Lafdul would come back, still invisible. If you guys want to have a bit of a conversation, and Solas is there.
Yeah, Solas would be by himself, I think. Yeah.
I'll hand
Did
Lafdul
you-
the figurine, and
Wow.
they managed to grab this.
Does it look... Is it just a generic figurine? Is there anything
It's
particular about it?
it's a little carved figurine of an animal.
Is there any writing on it?
No.
It's just a
carved out of jade or something like that.
jade.
Yeah, but not necessarily the valuable kind. There's different grades.
Oh. Can I appraise it?
I would say so. Finn, I mean, you don't know the exact value of it, but given the skill and workmanship, you would definitely say that it was a little out of place. So you'd guess that there's sentimental value behind this as opposed to intrinsic value.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I commend him on a good job. That was a good find.
Well, hopefully we can
Obviously-
use that to track them.
If we go into, like, obviously we got Solas here. Solas, our paper person. You're good at drawing maps, aren't you? Can we, like, try to sketch over, like, a really, really rough plan of, like, what the ship looks like while it's fresh in your memory? So, like, I don't know.
It's pretty easy because it's got a long corridor with rooms on the left.
Mhm.
And
I just wanna s-
that's the deck plan.
Alright.
That's basically the deck plan. Cargo holding back, a room at the front, rooms on the left, long corridor. That's the deck plan. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's like you could easily get a piece of paper or a slate tablet and some chalk or something like that and sketch it out. And then when Braxon gets back, if you wanted to do something a little bit more formal, you could do that. You obviously did not go through the door at the end, and so all you have for that room's layout is what Lafdul saw through the window. And then there was the last room before that you did not go into, so you don't know what's inside there, but you know what's inside the other ones.
right.
So, real quick question to Braxon, Ockar, and Leva. What would your plan be? Like, at some point, these guys are going to get up and go, the Minotaurs and humans. Would you be following them, or would you take that as a cue to go back to your ship?
How long?
I think we should try to follow.
I'm asking more for the plan. At some point, they're going to get up and leave.
The idea is to not have them go back and catch our other people.
So the idea would be to follow them.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe someone get ahead of them, try and warn the others with a signal. Which I don't know that we agreed on a signal. And apparently it takes 10 minutes for Leva to do her thing.
Yeah.
Is he cast while we walk?
No.
That thing that you do that takes 10 minutes, is that a one-off? Boom, it goes straight away, or can you hold it?
It's a casting a spell. You see, I
Yeah.
decide I want to do this now, and I start casting it. It's like
But I know there's some spells you can trigger.
Here's a thought. Maybe me and Braxton go follow after them, while Leva works on the spell.
Well, no, it'd take her 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
we'd have to either.
you're just
stall
gonna
them-
let Leva stand in the middle of the road, muttering to herself, making funny things in the air, and you do your thing.
Have you got any ability to make any sort of noise, Leva?
I can scream.
A noise that doesn't sound like you.
Yeah, she can scream.
You had the ability to go invisible, yeah? So
Mhm.
if we went along behind them and you could shoot ahead and be invisible, you could perhaps Could you make a noise on their ship if the others haven't returned to our ship?
Well, Leva could have memorized vocalize, in which case nobody would hear, but she didn't, so she doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. Old question. How loud does the caster actually have to say the spell? Can't they whisper it to themselves?
No, you can speak it quietly, but you can't whisper it. So, like, you can't do, all right, I'm casting the spell now. You can't do that, but you can do, all right, I'm casting the spell now. So you get that difference in how I spoke there? That's kind of what it is. You don't have to be standing there, I am casting the spell now kind of thing, unless you want to. However, keep in mind that you're doing that for 10 minutes. That's fairly noticeable.
Ord, at the risk of you saying you didn't say that, so you can't do it, could we have agreed with the others that if they return to our ship, they will do something on our ship so that we know they're back on our ship?
If you had discussed that ahead of time...
I knew he was going to say that.
All right, but it sounds like the idea is to follow them back to your ship. I mean, if you get back there and it looks like your friends are there, you could always try to do some sort of distraction.
Yeah.
And if you get back there and it looks like everything's hunky-dory, you could always just leave at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
Alternately, it is about time for our break, so I can give you guys 10 minutes to think of something, and I don't mind if you guys discuss that. With the other people who are already back.
For us? Is 10 minutes enough for us to actually think?
No.
No, but it's the time that you have. It's the time that you have, so...
Not if we prepare food and other stuff as well.
So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Give them time to think of perhaps something else to do or some other signals to make. And we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys shortly in about 10 minutes, everyone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.